Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Shots Fired, where three friends rip on each other, have a good time, and go over each other's artwork as we are all photographers. Scott and Adam are joining me tonight, and we're going to go over some stuff. Adam, let them know what we're doing.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Joe. And you should put our work in quotes, right? No.
Mine
So,
is. I don't know what yours is.
so, well,
Most of
well.
your stuff's blurry.
Yeah. So guys, today the topic of conversation is going to be Instagram, and I think we can all agree that Instagram doesn't always get it right. Our audience is not always picture perfect in terms of those shots that we think are really great or those shots that we think are just so. So with that in mind, we're gonna call this segment overrated and underrated. We're gonna go through each of our Instagram shots, one shot that we think was incredibly overrated. For whatever reason, it got far too much engagement than perhaps it deserved. And then one shot that we think was drastically underrated, where at the time we took the shot, we felt like it was a banger, uploaded it, and then it just for whatever reason fell flat. Didn't get the type of engagement that we were hoping for. So that's the goal for today, and then afterwards we'll pause for the other two, and we can provide our feedback on um, whether that engagement was justified or not. So with that, Scott, I'm going to start with you, buddy. Let's hear your most overrated and underrated shot on Instagram.
All right, so I'm gonna share my screen real quick. So when I first can you guys see my screen now? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
right?
perfect.
All right. So when I first got into photography, the first couple of years, I was chasing that like Instagram aesthetic, right? And feel like this one kind of fit the vibe I was going for at the time. As Adam said, Instagram doesn't get it right. I think most of the time, and at that time, unfortunately, I put so much value into how many comments and likes my image were getting. So this is gonna be my image for the one that I think was severely overrated. So as you can see, close to 400 likes, a ton of comments. Fundamentally, just a whole lot that's wrong with this one. There's there were leaves in the foreground that are just so blurred from my long exposure. Kind of just propped my camera down, held that shutter, and whatever came out of it is exactly what I was posting. Blew out the highlights. Shadows are too dark. Just a whole lot wrong with this one, and I think it's funny to mention. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Art of Visuals Instagram. Have either of you heard of it?
No.
No.
So I think I'm pretty sure they have like at least 1 million followers. And this was back in 2019. And this got picked up by them and they reposted it. And on their repost, I think I got like thousands of likes. At that time, I'm thinking like, oh man, I made it big. Like this is it. This is my breakthrough. And yeah, this is just a turd that I tried to polish, and unfortunately at the time I thought it was good. So yeah, nothing else that needs to be said about this one. Just a bad image that unfortunately got way too much engagement.
Yeah. Scott, I'm just curious. So close to 400 likes. Is that the most you've ever gotten on one shot?
No, I got one of the Manhattan skyline that I think was like 500 and something.
Okay.
That was actually like a decent photo, definitely a lot better than this. Still think that one was overrated, but I just feel like this one for what it is with so many things being wrong with it, right? Pretty sloppy processing, sloppy in regards to how I captured it. So that's why I ended up going with this one.
Yep. Yeah, I've got nothing to say. I think he covered off on the
Yeah.
criticism there.
Yep.
but,
So
but
like this is one of the things where like I want to go off on you, but it was so long ago, and I know what you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
that I don't want to beat a dead horse. You know, it's just I know that you're so much better than him. So yeah, I
Yeah,
got nothing to say on this one.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Scott. Scott, why don't we go to your your underrated shot? That
All
one I'm
right.
more curious to see.
All right, all right. So let's scroll on up. So that image you saw, that was around the time of me kind of just propping my camera down and firing off frame after frame, not really putting much thought into the images that I was taking. And now the one I'm going to show you is this one right here. So just taking famous overlook in Utah. Some of the most incredible light that I have ever seen. If you can see on the left side of the frame, there's some storm clouds. That was actually an incoming snowstorm. This one, I mean, how many did I? 49, right? So quite a bit less. And again, I just want to anyone who's listening want you to know that I don't care how many likes my images get or comments. I feel like I've matured in that sense. I'm going to pull up a full res of this one. But I just feel like there a lot of thought went into processing this one and capturing it and stitching the pano together. It's just funny that the other one was kind of just like prop your camera down and do whatever. But yeah, I felt like this was one out in the field where I mentioned light was incredible, truly probably some of the best light I've ever gotten. I thought, man, this is going to be a killer photo, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to react to this one way or another. And fell on its face for lack of a better term, I guess. But yeah, no, I really love this image still. I think it's probably one of my better ones, if I had to say.
I would love to see this one blown up, like big.
Yeah, I would
You
like
know,
to print this one out as well.
Yeah, yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
you just have like so many paths to follow. It's not just like a in your face. That's it. It's one of those things where you can go over here and look around. You can go over here and look around. And the light was nice. I mean, I wish the light was just a little bit higher to catch some more of those rims of the edge of the
Yeah.
canyon down there.
Hmm.
But no,
Yeah.
it's solid.
Yeah, so I feel like yeah, first and foremost, Scott, I completely agree with you. Like, who gives a shit how many likes or comments your images get nowadays? But yeah, I mean, this is a great pano. I feel like panos are always really tough on Instagram. You know, for some reason, sometimes they either crush or they fall flat, and I think unfortunately this one just kind of fell flat. Yeah, it's a good shot. I love this shot. This is from the island in the sky district
Yep.
in Canyonlands, I think you said. And yeah, I agree with Joe's comment. You know, I probably would have tried to take it maybe a little bit earlier. I feel like you're getting some amazing light on the left hand side and even on the right hand side. Yeah, I just wish that there was a little bit more light in the middle of the frame to kind of draw the eye to the center of the frame. The only other thing that I'd mention here is, and I don't know, I'm trying to recall if you even like shared this with us originally and asked for our opinion on this one, but I might have said this to you previously, but I probably would have like cropped up more. So that foreground, it almost looks like a little distorted. You know, that kind of what you sometimes get in the foreground when you do a, you know, like say I imagine this is probably like a 4-shot 5-shot pano. You almost get that distortion a little bit in that foreground. So I'd almost like kind of crop it up a little bit further. And I know it crops off some of that bush that you probably liked in that lower left hand corner. But yeah, that's the only feedback that I have for this one. I mean, amazing light. God, I hope we get that kind of light when we go out to Arizona here in a few weeks.
That would be something. And this I actually had no plans on shooting a pano this day. It was kind of overcast, right? The light was beautiful on the landscape for hours leading up to sunset, but it wasn't really until maybe like 30 minutes before sunset that it came out, and I was able to put this pano together. But yeah, probably a few things I would have done differently myself, but it was just such a cool moment to see out there, you know, light breaking through, lighting up these red rocks, and you just have this huge vista right in front of you.
Love that view. Love that view. Joe, do you want to pull up your most overrated?
Oh, I gotta go now. I gotta show my biggest overrated shot. There's
Let's see what
plenty
we
of
got.
Yeah, and there's so much to choose from, right?
Yep, definitely. So this one had over 100 likes. Scott was actually with me when we shot this. Yeah, that was when I was not starting out with Astro, but what was that? When did we go there, Scott? Was that?
That's the weekend we met Adam.
Yeah. When was that?
That was in
2021?
2021. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like it just wasn't good. I mean, I was using a semi crappy lens. It was a Tamron 17 to 30, 35, something like that, on my Nikon Z6 at the time. And you can just tell up here, I think that was Venus.
Yeah.
Up in there, too close to the, edge of the frame, which is pretty terrible. Pretty grainy. A lot of likes on this for just the simple, stupid shot of the Milky Way over top of Heart Lake. Yeah. And I think this was also the time when people were getting more likes. When your shots were actually getting seen. But I look at this now and I'm just like, why is this on my Instagram reel or on my Instagram feed? It's complete crap. Not happy with it. I would be embarrassed now to show this as my Astro portfolio.
I wouldn't say it's complete crap. I mean, obviously, you probably need a little bit more of a foreground here, but yeah.
I was definitely relying on the reflection.
Yeah, it's it didn't quite come together. I'd probably recrop this as well too, but I know you hate hearing that, Joe, but I probably would have considered a different crop here.
I did like the lights going on from the campground over there on the left, just to kind of like ground it. But it does get dark in the Adirondacks, that's for sure. Yeah. At night, there's not a lot of light pollution there.
I'm actually not a big fan of the lights in that campground. It looks like there's some red light or something over there. It's magenta. That magenta we know is your favorite color, but
of course it is.
But yeah, it's too close to the left-hand side of the frame, which it kind of just
just a little distracting.
Yeah. Let's see your most underrated shot.
So this one from recent. I think I had like 50 likes, and I liked it. Scott was there with me when we went to Oregon. It was a pretty cloudy day most of the day, and then all of a sudden the light just peeked through and just highlighted all the edges of these branches and everything, and I liked it. I mean, I know it's not the best in my portfolio, but it's just one of those moments that I liked it, and nobody else did.
Story of my life.
So Scott, I'm curious, is it justified, the low amount of engagement or not?
So yeah, I think with this one, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. And having gotten to see it in person, I remember Joseph, he was like, "Oh, look at that," and I looked up there, and I fired a few frames, didn't really get anything. I do like the composition, right? The light coming through was cool. A few things like just this branch with the tree that's coming. This branch with the leaf.
The leaf.
It's like kind of
Yeah.
right in your face. That just
Yeah.
like bothers my OCD. But other than that, I think it's a cool frame for sure. Maybe we've tried. Actually, I don't even think I would. I was gonna originally say maybe we've tried to do a little bit more dodging and burning on that tree, but the light truly was hitting where he has it in
Yeah.
this frame. So I think it's a cool image.
I didn't have to fake it for once.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I think photos like this don't do well on social media, right? Everyone
No, no.
wants those either like colorful sunrises or sunsets or those epic conditions. So choir scenes typically don't garner as much engagement. But no, I think it's a cool image for sure, and really just that one branch. That's the only my big criticism of the photo.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I had just moved over probably 2 feet to the left, could have gotten
yeah,
something a little
yeah.
better.
Yeah, that's I obviously love the tree. I mean, it's got a ton of personality. Amazing light hitting it, of course. Yeah, a couple things sort of jump out here. Obviously that tree with the leaf, you could easily clone that out, but also the tree to or the that kind of I guess those branches that are encroaching from the top of the frame. It looks like one of them is
Yeah.
out of focus.
Right.
Again, that's something that can be easily cleaned up in post. So the light, I love it. I almost and I love that you even got some atmosphere in the background as well too. I probably would have like leaned into that a little bit more, so that it felt a little bit more. I might have added like a radial gradient and try to hit it with a kind of a dehaze. Maybe a little bit more warmth coming in from so that those light rays kind of feel a little bit more like it's glowing. Yeah, but besides that, I think it's great. I mean, obviously, I love the tree. I love that moss out there in the Pacific Northwest, and um, I tend
I
to
really wish we had it here.
so for these types of images, I tend to desaturate a little bit on the yellows just so it doesn't look so nuclear.
Yeah.
But of course, that's more of a stylistic thing than anything else. But yeah, no, I like the shot. Yeah, it's unfortunate it didn't do better, but agreed that unfortunately these types of shots just tend not to do well on Instagram for whatever reason.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yep.
All right, it's your turn.
Let's see what you got.
All right, guys, I'll bring it home. All right, can you see my screen here? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll start with what shot I think was incredibly overrated, and keep in mind I joined Instagram in 2020. So 2021. So I think it was literally in the middle of the pandemic, but so I
Adam,
wasn't.
hold on. Adam, unshare and share again. I'm not getting it.
Okay.
We might have hit the button at the same time.
Yeah, no problem. Can you
right,
you guys see this now?
There we go.
Yeah, perfect. So so I joined in 21 where it was never really that great, and I kind of had to start from scratch in terms of building my audience. But at that time, so 81 is not a huge amount of likes here, but at that time that I posted this in 2021, that was actually really good for me. So I got this shot in right outside of Hanksville. I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with the area, and I was there in May with my wife, and I pulled over on the side of the road and I took the shot, and it's fine. It's fine. There are a few cottonwoods in the foreground, and obviously a compressed shot with some of those buttes in the background. I describe it as fine. At that time I said, well, this is kind of interesting, and I posted it expecting it to do okay, but for some reason it really caught on, and I don't know if someone else reshared it or what, but I just remember thinking, wow, this is my highest engagement photo at that time, and I just didn't understand why. But Curious to hear what you guys think.
This is one I wouldn't need you to do in black and white, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't think a black and white would have hurt here. I don't think that green and blue, just from like a color theory perspective, is
Yeah.
is that interesting. I think that this
No.
looks a lot better when
And
like
what
during
what was this
like
like?
during the falls. Yeah, like during the autumn when these cottonwoods turn yellow. I think this looks a lot cooler. But yeah, this was in May. So yeah,
Yeah, but what time of day was it? Like 11 a.m.
probably midday.
Yeah.
Just, I probably dodged and burned this a little bit more to make the light seem a little bit more interesting. But yeah, I describe it as fun, but not nothing special. What do you think, Scott?
I think you kind of nailed it. I mean, I don't hate it, right? Like I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's bad by any means. It's okay, right? Like it's there's nothing sticking out to me that I think is awful. I think if I was to offer feedback now, it would just be a crop. To probably take some of that grass out from the foreground and then come down on the butte in the background, so the cottonwoods are a little bit more pronounced. But yeah, that's about it. Like it's not. I wouldn't say it's a bad shot. It's fine. Exactly. Like I think you said it. I couldn't say it really any better than you did.
Totally fine. Yep. And then, so I actually have two shots that I think are criminally underrated. Criminally underrated. And the reason I'm including two and not one is because I think that they're very, very similar. Very, very similar shots. They're that. So I have this shot here, and then I have So 19 likes, as you guys can see here. There's another very similar shot to this one, which yeah. Let me find it here. This one. So almost call it foggy, high key, minimalist, nautical type of images, and I'll pull up higher res shots of both of these as well too, so you can kind of see what I was looking at here. But I thought that both were. I really love this type of photography where it's incredibly minimal, as mentioned, just like high key, very right hand side of the histogram here, that pull in parts of the landscape, but also have a ton of atmosphere and just feel very, very sort of minimal. And I feel like both of these would look great printed. If I had a beach house, I would definitely print these off and put them up in the bathroom or something. But curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this type of. I don't even know if it qualifies as landscape photography or not. This is actually almost more like sort of nautical type of photography. But and there's one on the right. I love this this guy here where it's like kind of tipped to the left a little bit. It almost tells a story of someone who sort of haphazardly brought their sailboat back.
That's my boat. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Joseph's
just,
is actually the one that's missing. He never made it back.
yeah, exactly. There's one missing here for whatever reason, but it's just kind of like perfectly lined up on this very foggy morning. This was actually taken in Cape Cod, and this one was in Acadia National Park. But curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this.
Yeah, the Acadia shot I like as is. The one on the right, I actually kind of wouldn't mind seeing you take that to a bluer tone rather than the warmer tone.
Maybe.
Here's what it looked like.
Yeah. I think I actually even went further to the right. So this was this is the only version that I could find on my computer at the moment. But if I recall, I actually went further to the right on the histogram. I think I pulled out the highlights and even increased the exposure even more. Like I took it all the way to the edge, so it almost looks a little duller than perhaps the final version. But yeah, so was it justified?
I think kind of to harp on what I mentioned with Joseph's, the scenes that I would characterize as being quieter, right? Not so punchy, not so contrasty in your face with color and whatnot. Just don't perform on Instagram, right? And I like the one on the right significantly more than the one on the left. It just feels like it makes a lot more sense to me. You have repeating patterns. I do like how one of them is tilted, as you mentioned, and how one is completely gone. It seems like a very symmetrical photo, and it's just pleasing to look at. The one on the left isn't bad by any means at all. And that's just if I had to choose one or the other. But yeah, I would say these images, I would prefer them over the first one. The first one kind of just felt more so like a snapshot, right? Kind of just like you pull over quick, or you're walking, you snap a photo, and you keep going. These feel like some thought was put into them, right? And some intentionality.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I would agree that these deserve more attention than the first one that you showed. And I'm curious what Joseph has to say, because these photos go against everything he knows.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
For,
all right, Joe, let's hear it.
I mean, if you like toilet paper roll photography, this is it. No, dude, I love this stuff because like it's
Really?
calming. It's not punchy.
Really?
Like this is something you'd want to hang in your house, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
all this stuff that I typically do, I don't want to hang it in my house. It's too much. It's all shock value, and that's what gets likes. Unfortunately, it's all like who can put the most shit in your face with the most color wins, and this isn't that type of photography. So no, I love this stuff. There's a kind of reminds like for black and white or like low or high key stuff like this. Uh, I feel like nautical, architectural, some of those styles just lend the ease for this being really well done. So, dude, I like it.
I will say, I will say,
I don't want to say this and have it recorded in history, but I'd actually hang one of your shots in my house.
Oh wow! Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
That was
I
painful.
know that was amazing. I've been surprised 3 times over the last 60 seconds here, which is pretty amazing. One, that you like this type of photography, which definitely doesn't seem like your style. Two, that you'd hang it in your house, and then three, that you called your photography shock value, which I agree with. It's the first time I've ever agreed with you.
I mean, it is. What can I say? Oh well.
What about my photos? You want one of mine?
I'm still waiting for you to get good.
You have to wait a bit longer.
I know.
No, honestly, I'm not just bitter. I'm legitimately angry that I didn't go to Lassen. And those shots that both of you guys got, I dislike you even more now.
Well, the feeling's mutual, so you have that.
Yeah, absolutely. And if it makes you
Yeah,
feel any
that one
better,
I definitely have to get back to.
if it makes you feel any better, Joe, I actually still have a ton of images that I still need to process from Lazen. So you
when
haven't
I
seen
come
anything
back
yet,
over to
buddy.
your house, I'm going to bring a large magnet that I can just swipe over your hard drive. Yep.
I already have it backed up to the cloud, man. Do your worst. Do your worst. Good stuff.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Had fun. Next time we're gonna come in with some new stuff, and we do actually want to talk about some other photographers that have inspired us. So look out for that one. And until then, guys, have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
All right, I didn't hit the leave button this time.